You lift your gaze from your drink as a figure steps into the tavern. At first glance, she is unmistakably a Drow, her obsidian skin catching the flickering torchlight, silver white hair cascading down her shoulders like moonlight through a broken sky. But there is something different about her. She moves with the grace of her kin, yet there is no arrogance in her step, no shadow of deceit in her grace. Instead, sorrow clings to her like a lingering ghost. Her armor, though well crafted, bear the marks of long travel, scratches, dents, the remnants of battles fought in the name of something greater than herself. And then you see it, a crescent moon pendant, shining dimly against the dark leather of her tunic, reveals a truth seldom seen among her kind. She is not a servant of Lolth. She steps forward, her voice quiet yet unwavering like the steel she wields. I am Lisandree of House Veldrin, once bound to darkness, now walking in the light of Eilistraee. Lisandree of House Veldrin was born into the cold embrace of Menzoberranzan, a city ruled by cruelty, ambition, and the ever-watchful gaze of Lolth, the Spider Queen. As the daughter of a powerful matron, she was raised to believe in the supremacy of the Drow, the necessity of betrayal, and the will of the goddess who thrived in chaos and suffering. But in the shadows of her noble house, another truth was whispered, a truth spoken in secret under pain of death. But it was not until tragedy struck that she truly saw the web of lies that bound her people. Now, she walks a path few dare to tread, a Drow who has forsaken her dark heritage to embrace the light. But redemption does not come without sacrifice. To those who still serve Lolth, she is a traitor to be hunted, an abomination to be silenced. To the world above, she is a Drow, an enemy until proven otherwise. Yet, with her blade, her magic, and the guidance of Eilistraee, Lisandree fights not only for herself, but for every Drow who still lives in the shadows, waiting for a chance to step into the light. Lisandree was born into power, the daughter of the matron of House Veldrin, one of the ruling houses of Menzoberranzan. Her mother, a high priestess of Lolth, was as cruel as she was devout, instilling in her children the unyielding doctrine of the Spider Queen. But in the depths of that darkness, Lisandree knew a different kind of love. Her father, unlike the others, was gentle. In whispering moments behind locked doors, he spoke of a goddess forbidden in the sea, Eilistraee, the Dark Maiden. He told Lisandree of a world beyond the endless tunnels of the Underdark, a world bathed in silver moonlight, where the Drow could walk free of Lolth's web. He sang of redemption, of hope, of a path unchained from cruelty. And for a time, she listened. But secrets do not last in Menzoberranzan. One night, they were discovered. Her mother's wrath was swift and merciless. Her father was condemned as a traitor and sentenced to death in the name of the Spider Queen. Lisandree could do nothing. Powerless, she fled into the caves of the Underdark. Days passed, weeks passed, and something in the dark was haunting her. Something always following her, always after her. She ran and prayed and prayed and ran, until finally she was able to find it. A cave, an exit to the surface world. And as she came out in a glade in the clear of a forest, she saw her for the first time. The most beautiful sky, bathed by the silver light of a full moon. It was there that she swore an oath, to Eilistraee and to herself. She would bring as many of her people into the light as she could, wrenching them from the grasp of the Spider Queen. But what Lisandree doesn't know is that her father was never executed. He was given a fate far worse. In Lolth's cruel amusement, he was transformed into a traitor, a monstrous fusion of a Drow and a spider, a living blasphemy against the very goddess that he once served. Now, Lisandree walks the world, never knowing that the creature lurking in the shadows, the ones that haunt her, whispers to her ear, is the man that once taught her the meaning of love and freedom. So, what do we know about Lisandree? We know she is a dark elf. She wandered in the Underdark for a while, and we know that she is a follower of Eilistraee. I think we have enough. Let's go. Alright, we're going to build Lisandree using the rules for 2024. That's what we agreed on the previous video. Though I really like the 2014 rules a lot better, but that might be just resistance to change. So from the D&D Beyond website, again, let's click on Collections, Characters, and click on the Create Character button. Let's select the standard and start building. Let's type the name, Lisandree of House Veldrin. Let's click on the plus button to add the portrait. And now I'm going to disable the 2014 rules. Let's click on Next. From the 2014 options, we are going to click on Cleric, and now on the green Add Class button. I'm going to select my skill proficiency. I'm going to select Medicine because Lisandree is a healer, and Religion due to her knowledge of Eilistraee. For Divine Order, we are going to choose Protector because Lisandree is a fighting cleric. And now let's select our spells. We can choose 3 cantrips and prepare 4 first level spells. For my cantrips, I'm going to choose Word of Radiance, Thaumaturgy, and Guidance, which is one of the best cantrips in D&D. Why didn't I choose Sacred Flame or Toll the Dead? Well, Lisandree is not afraid of going melee during battle. Now, for first level spells, don't worry too much, you can switch them at the end of every long rest. For start, I will select Bless, Cure Wounds, Guiding Bolt, and let's say Detect Magic. Now let's click Next again to go to the background. I know Lisandree didn't spend that much time alone wandering in the Underdark. Let's select Hermit. I don't think that your Dungeon Master is going to have a problem with that. For background skill selection, we are going to select Survival because Lisandree was able to hold her own alone in the Underdark. And Insight will be very useful according to the backstory. And for ability score increase, we are going to select the 2 abilities increase, +2 and +1. We are going to assign +1 to Constitution and +2 to Wisdom. I'll fill later on the character details and the physical and personal characteristics, don't worry about it. Let's click on the Next button. Now for species, of course, we are going to select Elf, and for our lineage, of course, Dark Elf or Drow. For our Elven Lineage spell ability, we are going to select, of course, Wisdom, because that is going to be our highest ability score. For Keen Senses, we are going to select Perception, and for Language, we are going to select Elven and Gnomish, because there is a dark gnome city very close to Menzoberranzan. Once more, let's click on the Next button to go to our abilities, and select the Point Buy method. We will need strength for our melee fighting capability, so let's assign a 14. For dexterity, let's assign just a 10. Constitution, I will select a 13 to get a total of 14. For intelligence, let's select a 12 just to get a positive modifier. Wisdom, or main ability, let's select a 14 to go all the way to a 16 total for a +3 modifier. And finally, the 2 remaining points will go to Charisma. Now let's click on Next to select our equipment, and here we'll need to do a bit of customization, so bear with me. For the Cleric package, we're going to select option A, and for the Hermit package, we are also going to select option A. So besides all the equipment, we will get additionally 23 gold pieces,
7 from Cleric, 16 from Hermit, and this is what you're going to do right now. Let's remove the mace, which is worth 5 gold pieces, and instead of that, let's add a long sword, which is worth 15 gold pieces. Now we can remove from our inventory 10 gold pieces to balance the difference, and we are set. Always remember to click the wheel button for your armor and weapons. Now I will click on the export PDF button and I will have the character sheet ready for you in the description of the video.
Lisandree's character was born from a piece of deep inspiration that I cannot claim for myself. One that came from a video that resonated profoundly with the themes of redemption, faith, and the Drow struggles. The video title, The Best Goddess in Dungeons & Dragons, is an exceptional work by the talented YouTube creator MrRhexx. In this video, MrRhexx beautifully captures the essence of Eilistraee clerics, their connection to the moonlight, and the pursuit of a life free from the shackles of Lolth's tyranny. The video is a masterclass in storytelling, rich with detail, passion. It explores the inner conflicts, the growth, and the unbreakable will of those who serve the Dark Maiden. Watching it, it felt like seeing Lisandree come to life. The themes of hope, redemption, and love beyond the darkness of the Underdark were so vivid that it inspired the creation of this very character. A very special thank you goes to MrRhexx for creating such an impactful, thoughtful, and inspiring video. Your work ignited the spark that led to the creation of Lisandree, and I am truly grateful for the passion and detail you bring to your content. Your video not only added depth to the lore of Eilistraee, but also brought light into many that felt lost in the shadows. Thank you for all you do. Lisandree is a Drow full of optimism and hope. As a cleric of Eilistraee, she believes deeply in the power of redemption for her people, striving to guide others towards the light. However, her journey is not without challenges. The Underdark is a dark and dangerous place, and preaching the name of Eilistraee can often lead to peril, especially when it comes to the followers of Lolth. Lisandree must learn that despite her boundless optimism, not every Drow can be saved. In fact, distinguishing those who have the potential for redemption is far more difficult than she ever imagined. Lisandree's path is one of discovery. She will have to face the harsh truth that many Drow may never embrace the light of Eilistraee. Her naivety and trust in others will be tested, and as she ventures deeper into the Underdark, she will learn that preaching peace and salvation comes at a great cost. The contrast between the beauty and purity she believes in and the brutal reality of the Underdark will shape her growth. Lisandree can be played in any Forgotten Realms campaign, but the Out of the Abyss campaign offers a particularly compelling backdrop for her story. Set deep within the Underdark, this adventure brings her face to face with the very people and places she is trying to redeem. Menzoberranzan, the city of her birth, could be an integral part of her journey, creating tense and dangerous encounters as Eilistraee encounter old allies and enemies. She may even be forced to confront her own father. Now a monstrous rider, can her faith in Eilistraee save him, or is he lost forever? Only time will tell. If you enjoy learning about Lisandree's story and wants to see more character development and stories like hers, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification. Your support means the world and helps me bring more characters like Lisandree to life. Thank you for watching, and may the light of Eilistraee guide your way. Until next time, adventurers.